Welcome all and welcome back to the Techness Corner with your host. My name is Sebastian Lukas, otherwise known as, and welcome. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Today we've got another unboxing and a slight maybe review for you. So let's go. Oakley dokley, so I apologize for the lights. I really don't give up somewhat. As you can see, there's a lot of light over there. Ambiently speaking, it does me justice. There's a blue light above me. It sort of keeps me thinking and whatnot, being very proactive and productive. Now, on a side note, what have we got here today per se? We've got an unboxing of sorts. Nothing special, nothing that's going to break the bank. It's a mouse mat. Now, if we have a closer look, and I'll get a semblance of what we're dealing with per se. So as you guys can see, we've got ourselves a lot of spare room. Now I've gone against the against the grain per se, and I've got myself a wired frame again. My secondary now is the Logitech, which I can then turn around, and if I can't be bothered, go back to and control both PCs at the same time. But I have that off to the side. Okay, unfortunately, because of 8K wiring and cabling, I've got an 8K cable here which is meant to be for 120 hertz 4K, but I'm just trying to get as many frames pushed through it as I can, even though my panel's only 60 hertz. Like, you know, it was a good price. 3 meters long. If it was 4 meters, you wouldn't see it, but because of that, you know, and otherwise you need bumpers and extensions. So I've got this sort of set up in a way that you guys can see. I've got this Corsair mouse, which is short unboxing and review coming up. Really didn't get justice where justice should have been gone. It's got Omicron switches, 16,000 DPI sensor, a little bit of RGB bling. Also, these panels, side skirts, come off and you can make it whatever shape you so desire. Also got a couple of additional weights there, enough padding to suffice. But as you can see, I need a mouse mat. Now I did have the Allure. I still have one of the Allures, which is in a red color at the moment. We shall change that, I think, to perhaps maybe green. And now, on a side note, the other one's getting a little bit tatty, but it's also not only that, but I sometimes, because I've got a big monitor up front here, I sometimes lean in and I've got a lot of space. So I get my elbows onto the desk. Now I'm looking for essentially a 12 by 5. So by 5 by 12 mat, which would be ideal. But for the time being, I've managed to get a 4 by 450, okay? And that leaves me with a 4 by 9 spot or gap to fill, where I can essentially move this back just a little bit further over here, and it fills up this gap over here. And guys, to be brutally honest, my elbows are killing me. I know it's bad ergonomics per se, and I acknowledge that. So essentially we've got ourselves a mouse mat, which criteria wise, all I was looking for was the thickest one, and we'll work from there. To fill the gap, like I said, it's 400 depth by 450 wide, very extra large mouse mat, specifically for your mouse. Okay, anything else, too small. You're not going to get half your keyboard underneath this, but the selling factor was that this is produced by Corsair. It's the MM200 Pro. It's 6 millimeters in thickness. Okay, it's got a rubber base, it's sturdy, anti-fray, it's also anti-spill, anti-dirt. So what that exactly entails is perhaps some extra longevity, but also 6 millimeters in thickness. So when I have at least one of my arms down like so, it will be at the very least a little more forgiving per se. So with that being said, what I'm thinking is unconventionally, the 9x4, I've got a $27 gap to fill. So it'll be from about here to here. That will be the HP Omen, which is in a charcoal black, and that's 4 millimeters in thickness. That's the thickest I can get on a large pad, which I can find. Okay, so without diddle-daddling any longer, let us get into the unboxing. So MM200 Pro, okay, just with the general marketing spiel, premium spill-proof cloth gaming mousepad. Now, what I suggest and recommend this for would be for people such as MMO RPGers, people who want a long lifespan, not the ones that level the playing field, not those type of people that need that mat that has that specific edge and connection to the mouse, for lift wise or whatever you might be doing for professional FPSs and whatnot. This is more for longevity. Okay, so with that being said, you got your spill proof and stain resistant, your ultra fast and smooth glide enhanced microwave textile surface, comfortable plush 6 millimeter thick design, 450 millimeters by 400 millimeters surface, anti-skid textured rubber base, guys. So come on, let's have a look at what's in the box today. We might start off from the back side actually, ever so carefully. I like to not rip my boxes up at least right at the beginning, just in case I need to take it back because the product's damaged or something. You might as well give it back to them with the box, even though they really shouldn't be on selling it to someone else. You never know, they might put it in the reduce to clear bin or something like that. One moment, continuing on with the MM200 Pro. Level the playing field. I can get a little bit of a semblance of a touch right there. Pro is the 6 millimeter thickness. It's suggested to be extra large. It's only extra large regarding the mouse. Just remember that. Where's my knife? Who stole my knife? Oakley dokley. So let's go. So these are really cool little nifty gifts you can get your dad if you get him a good quality one. We're just going to give that a snippet right there, and we're going to give it a snippet right there. The El Brio. So if you guys are interested in this schmicket keyboard that we got happening here, you guys can suss it out. There's should be a link in the description below. Otherwise, check it out on the channel by subbing and or liking, and you will receive more content. It was an impulsive buy, that purchase, and tell you what, even my friends are scolding me for it, frankly, because they're like, you're too impulsive, you don't save, you owe me $20 by the way. And I'll be like, I actually got that money put aside like specifically for something else. I sold 3 of my my better keyboards, which I was going to make a video on. I needed to replace it with a keyboard that was functioning and that was going to stand the test of time, so I had to get something decent for myself. Thank you so much, you assholes. But yeah, so I lost a friend, which I still plan on giving back his $20 odd I owe him, but you know what I mean. So anyway, we've got that sorted right there, so we can pop that to the side just there. MM200 Pro, and again we're greeted with another mat of sorts holding it in shape. Okay, and a warranty guide, guys. But let's be brutal. The rubber on the sides, at first glance, I would have thought, I'm hoping it doesn't fray or anything like that. If it frays, it's going to suck. But otherwise, look at that. Look at that thickness. That's 6 millimeters thick. This is only 2 millimeters thick. Okay, that's 6 millimeters thick, and it's real wetsuit material. It feels like it. But as you can see, it fits this gap right here rather well. If we can just flatten it out. I don't know about the microwave spill material. It feels hollow underneath, like there's a little bit, like over time it may actually degrade, and that's what will degrade. Surprisingly a little dirty considering I'm putting a clean mouse on it, but there we go guys, got that sorted. Pop that to the side there. Let's have a look. Move that to the side there. It feels good. It feels like there is something that's quite rather thick, but to be brutal, it feels too thick. If I don't find something that matches that bump, it's going to infuriate me. You know what I mean? But there's a bit of static involved in it. I wouldn't say it's very quick or slick or anything like that. For those type of people, it's got a very. I wouldn't say it's a quick mat. Like if we have a look at that, my mouse is rather heavy. Okay, and it's got a lot of stick to it, frankly. So that's something to consider. Texture, this is probably not the mouse mat for you. Now, warranty guide, do your thing. I just need to know if it's 1 year or 2 years, you know, within reason, because they do advertise it as spill proof and cleanable in that sense. So, you know, unless you cut holes in it or something, I think you got a semblance of a leg to stand on. Probably only a year on it. But yeah, let's have a look at the other view. MM200 Pro, guys, by Corsair. If I get something else and if we have a look, because it's heating up in here, as you guys can see now, sort of the amount of space it takes up over here, as opposed to what is a 8x3. This is 800 millimeters by 3 deep. I find that the 3 deep is not deep enough for me. For this position here, it's actually fine. It'll get pulled down over here, and then this sector here will all have to be filled in. And I want to sort of have it as much on the base as I can, so that when I am up and sort of just kicking back like this, you know, I don't feel that in my elbow over a period of time. It starts to get a bit fatiguing, and it does ache a little bit. So yeah, y'all, there's been nothing special, just a quick unboxing of the MM200 Pro XL by Corsair, one of their gaming mice. I'd probably say more attuned to a old school player that just wants to play all day every day and needs something heavy duty. This is the mouse mat for you. I feel like it's got a semblance of virginity in it. I feel like it's got definitely thickness at 6 millimeters thick. That's what brought me to it. And yeah, if you want something that it's not going to give you arthritic arms and hands by the time you're finished bashing your mouse against the table, then go with one of these. They cost around 30 odd Australian dollars if you're lucky. So it's just look out for them. You can get yourself 4mm 9x4 full desk mats for about the same price, so it's something to consider. You are paying for the Corsair markup as well nowadays, unfortunately, but hopefully some quality is there with that figure, where it's in between mice mat of this day and age, but peripheral wise they shouldn't be breaking the bank unless you're going for RGB God knows what. And I've got a Allure RGB nightmare over there of a mouse mat, which I did a review on a few months ago, about 6 months ago or so plus. If you guys want to suss that out and find out all about that. Otherwise, you've got the new one here, and hopefully something that's going to be filling the gap in the near future. My name is Seb Lukas, and thanks for joining me at the Techness Corner. Peace out, y'all. Bye.